Hello friends. If you are interested to obtain G card, then this video is for you. Be with me till the end of this video and you will get lots of information about how to get a G card, what to do, what not to do, who's eligible, who's not eligible. Everything about G card I'm going to talk in this video, right? What we're talking about, this is G card. So what is friend G card? And before we proceed, I suggest that if you're interested in G card, please take a pen and notebook and take note what we are talking about. G card, this is an identity card and this identity card is issued to employee of a customs broker. So what is important for obtaining the G card is that the person has to be employee of a customs broker. So if he is not an employee, the question of getting the G card does not arise. And being employee is not sufficient. This employee has passed an exam conducted under the CBLR 2018. So not every employee of a customs broker can get the G card. Now, G card is very prestigious and valuable identity card. Gives a lots of boost to the career. Without G card, he is an ordinary employee. Holding a G card, he becomes eligible to make application for becoming a customs broker. Best of the career opportunities are offered through this card, right? But the first condition is he should be an employee of a customs broker. Minimum qualification required for this is 10 plus 2. So that I'm not discussing the qualification 10 plus 2. Everybody is a 10 plus 2 as of today. But he has passed an exam which is conducted under CBLR 2018. Now this CBLR, this stands for the Customs Broker Licensing Regulations 2018. The Customs Brokers Licensing Regulation 2018. And in this particular regulation, this exam is conducted under regulation number 13, sub-regulation number 5. This exam is conducted under regulation number 13, sub-regulation number 5. And once the exam is passed, then the person is eligible to get the identity card. So effectively, first of all, person has to be minimum 10 plus 2. That is only for the sake of reference. Actually, 10 plus 2, it is very, very difficult to get a license at this point because the examination level is quite high. So you can say, in other words, minimum graduation is there. As per law, minimum 10 plus 2. Number 2, employee of a custom broker. Number 3, exam passed. Only then somebody can get the G card. Right? Now, in addition to this requirement, in past 2-3 years, whatever notifications have been issued pertaining to G card, one additional requirement has been added therein. That person must be H card holder. So without H card, as of now, no candidate is allowed to be a candidate for G card examination. So I'm adding here 10 plus 2 plus H card. Right? So person becomes eligible for G card examination if he is 30 plus 10 plus 2 plus H card. Now H card is again given to the employee of the custom broker. So the sequence will be 10 plus 2 minimum. As I said, 10 plus 2 is a theory. Practically, he has to be minimum graduate. Number 2, employee, then H card, then he appears for G card examination, then examination is passed, and then G card is issued to him. That is what the G card is. So G card is not a license, that is just an identity card which is issued to an employee of a customs broker who has passed the examination conducted under the CBLR 2018 under a specific regulation number 13, sub-regulation number 5. And this is very prestigious, very career-oriented identity card, very much looked after. Right. So it gives a big boost to the career, those who are in the employment with the customs broker. Please ensure that you appear in this exam at the earliest possible. Now, as far as this exam is concerned, let me give you some more details. Now, this exam is conducted by the Deputy Commissioner, I'm using the word DC, or Assistant Commissioner of Customs at the commissionerate level. This is not at a state level. This is not at central government level. This is not on all India level. This is a local exam. So Deputy Commissioner or Assistant Commissioner of Customs at a commissionerate, they will conduct this exam. So they will conduct the exam. They will issue the result and they will issue the identity card. Issue I card. So everything is at local level. So the real challenge is that when the notice is issued for this exam and when the exam is conducted, the normally time gap between issue of notice and exam is not more than 45 days. Generally, it may be 2 months, it may be 2.5 months, but generally the time gap is not more than 45 days. Right. So what will happen is the Deputy Commissioner or Assistant Commissioner of Customs issues a notice for conduct of this exam. Okay. After the notice, there is application. This application is certainly online only. Online. No physical submission of the application form. This is submitted on the portal called as CBLMS. Custom Broker Licensing Management Regulations, Management System. Right. So this application has to be submitted online. Once this application is submitted, then eligibility list is published by, again, Deputy Commissioner or Assistant Commissioner. So this eligibility list is for the candidates who are considered as eligible for exam, or you can say this is the list of the candidates whose application forms have not been rejected. Rejection is only because of some mistake or because of not being eligible. No physical submission required. Application is online, but the application can be submitted only with reference to the customs broker. Directly, this is not possible. Right. So if I'm qualified, if I'm eligible otherwise, but I want to appear for this exam, I'm not working with the customs broker, not possible to appear for this exam. It is only through the customs broker then this application can be submitted. So eligibility list is published, and then there is exam. Right. After the exam, there is a result. So what I was telling you, that between the issue of notice for this exam and exam, the time gap generally is not more than 45 days. In a given situation, you may find example where the time gap is 2 months and 2.5 months also. In certain cases, it is even less than 45 days. So no specific criteria given when the notice should be issued, when the application should be accepted, and what should be the minimum time gap between this and that activity, nothing. So sufficient time is never available for preparing for this exam after the issue of notice. In other words, without waiting for issue of notice for this exam, if you're serious about this career, please start preparing today. Because once the notice is issued, you will have time only for revision and little practice for the exam. You will not have time to prepare for the exam. So start preparing today. Don't wait for the issue of the notice. Usually this exam is conducted at every customer station once a year, but recently even more frequency has increased to 2 exams also. So chances of this exam at the customer station every year are always there, but there can be more than one exam also in 1 year at a customer station. So please don't wait till the issue of notice for this exam. If you are serious about this exam, you have to start preparing today. And when the notice is issued, from that date, you can start practicing for the exam, because I'm going to talk about the exam also, how the exam is done. Because before that, I'll talk about the syllabus. Okay, so sufficient time is not there. So strongest recommendation for this point of time is that you have to start preparing now. Don't wait for the issue of notice for this exam. Okay. Actually, as per regulation, there is no Viva before the identity card is issued under G card. But at certain customer stations, that is also a practice. That after this written exam, there is Viva also. Regulations do not prescribe any kind of Viva exam, but sometimes that does happen. Okay. Now, as far as exam is concerned, specifically talking about exam. This exam is 2 hours, 100 questions. Every question, correct answer and wrong answer. Correct answer and wrong answer. Correct answer gives you +3 marks, wrong answer is -1. So there is negative marking. So with this negative marking, passing score minimum 60%. So if all the questions are correct, maximum marks are 300, and for passing, minimum marks required is 180. Okay. So exam is 2 hours, and this is MCQ based exam. All questions are MCQ based, multiple choice questions. So because of being multiple choice questions, you have to be perfect in the law. This is a law based exam. You have to be perfect in the applicable law. What is the law in your syllabus? I'm going to talk about little later. So this exam is 2 hours exam, 100 questions are going to be there, and all the questions are MCQ based. For every correct answer, there are 3 marks. For every wrong answer, there is a -1, and subject to this negative marking, minimum 60% marks are required for passing this exam. Okay. And let me tell you that unless you have practiced minimum 20, 30, 40 times for this kind of exam, passing the exam is not going to be a cakewalk. If you want to be sure that you pass this exam, then make it sure that before the exam, you have understood law in thoroughly and you have done minimum 20 to 40 tests. If that is not done, then chances are very less. And the real challenge is that maximum number of attempts allowed to one candidate for passing the exam is 4. If it does not pass this exam in 4 attempts, opportunity is lost for the lifetime. Maximum attempts. That is 4. This is something serious. So don't make even a single attempt without proper preparation. 1 attempt lost, 2nd attempt lost, 3rd attempt you prepare little, 4th attempt you prepare thoroughly, but for some reason you fail. Opportunity lost for the lifetime. Can you afford that thing? Certainly not. So please do not try to appear in this exam without thoroughly preparing the law and without practicing for the exam. Okay, now coming to the syllabus part. What is there in the exam? Mainly provisions are in connection with the clearance of the cargo, clearance of the goods, clearance of the baggage. But for the purpose of exam, what I have seen in last number of years of exam conducted for G card throughout India, let me divide it in two parts. Percentage is not prescribed in law. This is my own analysis. I've seen the examination papers for number of years and number of customer stations. So after doing all the analysis, I'm giving you this. This is not a part of law. Main exam or a main syllabus and ancillary one. It means almost 90% of the paper is going to be out of this, and this is around 10, right? I'm using the word around. 90 is also around. Sometimes it may be 95, sometimes it may be 85. Similarly, here in ancillary, if I'm saying 10%, sometimes it may be 5%, sometimes it may be 15%. So around 10% is a hair, right? In this, the most important area and the easiest area, it is in every exam, out of 100 questions, 10 to 15 questions are out of this regulation, Customs Broker Licensing Regulation 2018. Customs Broker Licensing Regulation 2018. So in this, 10 to 15% questions are going to be there out of this. Number two, Customs Act. In Customs Act, again, there is up to section 90 and 90 plus. This portion up to section 90 read with specific rules and regulations, not only section, read with rules and regulations. This will give you around 70% of the total paper. How much? Around 70% of the paper. The main areas in this, section 2, definitions, then arrival, unloading, assessment, refund, demand, warehousing, transit, transshipment, valuation, baggage, stores, drawback. These are main points. In addition to that, so there are so many other things. Arrival, unloading of the goods, then assessment. For assessment include determination of the amount of duty, then the provision regarding refund, provision regarding demand of the duty, warehousing, transit, transshipment, valuation, baggage, duty drawback, stores. All these are, and these are in depth, right? Provisions after section 90, this is around 10%. So if this percentage increases to 20, this becomes 60. Okay, so some variations are possible. Approximate analysis I'm giving you. In this area, Sometimes they may ask you some question regarding appeal, some minor question regarding revision, some minor question regarding settlement, something regarding miscellaneous provisions starting from section 141 onwards. Okay, so this is hardly any question is there. Mean is this. Okay, so your main syllabus is CBLR plus customs act. In ancillary portion, number one is the customs tariff act, the customs tariff act. Number two, foreign trade policy. Number three, little bit maybe about the NDPS, narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances. Little bit information about that. Some information you must have about GST and IGST. And some specific topics. For example, faceless assessment, import-export documents, Incoterms, authorized economic operators. I'm giving you some example, right? Carnet. So all these taken together, 10 to 15% questions can be there, right? So when you prepare thoroughly, still almost 90% questions will be within your reach, but around 10% of questions will always be out of your reach because area is endless. This area is defined. So your perfection has to be in this area, and here you can restrict yourself to this, and this is also we will discuss in the course. So if you prepare thoroughly, passing the exam is easy, but preparation is needed. And preparation cannot be a self-made preparation. This is one of the highest level of professional exams. So if you're relying on the self-study, I can only wish you all the best. Okay, so this is your syllabus for the exam. Now, how can I help you? Okay, so right in this video till now, I have already spoken about what is G card. So G card is given to an employee of the customs broker who is already 10+2 plus H card holder plus on the recommendation of the G customs broker. He appears for an exam which is conducted under regulation number 13 of regulation number 5. He passes that exam, then he becomes a G card holder. And being a G card holder, he is authorized to sign certain documents on behalf of customs broker. So major field work it can be done by G card holder on behalf of customs broker. This exam is conducted by Deputy Commissioner, Assistant Commissioner of Customs at the local level of every commissionerate, as and when the demand is usually once in a year, but sometimes even twice in a year. This G card validity is for the lifetime, one of the most prestigious and looked after category of recognition by the law, right? So if you're eligible, please do prepare. And I told you but that when the notice is issued, between the issue of notice and the exam, the time gap is usually not more than 45 days. In a given situation, it may be 2 months also, or maybe a little more. So the time gap between the notice for the exam and this exam actually being held is not sufficient for preparing for the exam. So start preparing now, and when the notice is issued, at that time you can go for testing. Appear for more and more tests. Revise. So that is the time only for revision and for the testing, so that you are perfect, you get more perfection on the subject, or you get command over the subject. That is not the time to prepare for the exam. Preparation has to be before the notice is issued, and when the notice is issued, that is the time for revision and test. Okay, now how I'm going to help you. This is a e-learning course. In the e-learning course, this is also referred as video course. Or this can also be called as self-paced learning course. So that you decide how much you want to study every day. If you are studying for 1 hour a day, friends, it will take you minimum 3 months to prepare for this exam. 1 hour a day. If you invest more time, then the time can be reduced. And if there is no consistency of 1 hour a day, then you decide how much time it is going to take. Right? This course, entire video course, will be approximately 75 hours. Approximately, plus minus can be there depending upon what the new contents are. And we keep on adding more topics in addition to what I have already explained you what the syllabus is. I keep on adding more and more videos. And these videos or this course is given to you for different validity periods. You can subscribe this for 1 month or 3 months or 6 months or for a period of 1 year. And depending upon the period for which you subscribe, the fees of the course will be decided. And for during the course, if you have the queries, if you have any doubt, I'm always available to help you to understand the concept and to solve your doubts. Whether you have any doubt or you want to discuss about this exam or this career as a customs broker or as a G card holder along with the customs broker or anything in relation to this exam, friend, this is the number. Please take a note of this: 961-961-2800. And on this number, you can talk to me directly. Friends, if you are working with a customs broker, first of all, immediately get the H card issued. H card can be issued only if an application is made by the customs broker. You cannot make an application directly. So get the H card issued immediately. Because when the notice is issued for the exam of G card, the first requirement is you must be holding H card as on a particular date. So don't wait for issue of the H card. Get the H card issued today. So as and when the notice is issued, you are ready with the eligibility. Number 2 is start learning now. Okay. And when the learning is complete, start practicing. And number of tests are there. In this course, we will give you videos. Okay. So the contents, what we will provide you is, we will give you study material. This study material we provide you in the soft copy. And this is always the latest. You need not buy anything from the market for the purpose of this exam. Everything will be given by us. Study material given by us. Number 2, videos. So videos for the entire course are already uploaded in the course. And we keep on adding more videos, keep on changing the videos depending upon wherever the updation is required. So videos will always be accessible to you for unlimited number of times during the validity of the course. What is the validity? That depends upon the period for which you have subscribed: 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. During the validity, you can see any video any number of times. No limitation on that. Okay. Then MCQs. I'm using the word test. Thousands of MCQs have been put in there. Complete the topic, do the test. Complete the topic, do the test. And moreover, question and answers. For this is the number. If you have a doubt, call me, drop me a message, and I will help you to understand the concept and topics easily. So friends, if you really want to make a career as a G card holder and then later on get yourself promoted to being a customs broker, then today is the opportunity. Don't miss. Talk to me.